It's match week 11 of MLS Next Pro. A brief drive south from downtown Cincinnati across the Ohio River takes you to Highland Heights, where FC Cincinnati 2 are back home and looking to keep the good times rolling. Winners of 5 straight matches, Cincy have climbed up the Eastern Conference table and will look to make it 6 straight today, hosting Inter Miami 2, who are looking to make themselves parts of the playoff conversation. This is coverage of MLS Next Pro on Season Pass. Welcome into the broadcast. I'm AJ Ricketts. Impending inclement weather has moved the start time of this match from 7 to 5 p.m., and it still may be a question of 90 minutes of this match beats the looming storms, but maybe that'll just add to the potential drama of this one. Inter Miami will come in determined after a shootout loss at home last week to Carolina Core, dropping at 2 points in that match. A look at the Eastern Conference table shows Chattanooga on top. They've played 2 more games than Philly, who sits only 2 points behind. This 5-game stretch for Cincinnati has shot them up to 3rd. Inter Miami at 12th at the moment, but a win today could vault them up to 8th. The South Florida club with plenty of time to turn things around after a frustrating stretch of games. A look at the starting 11, starting with Cincinnati in a 3-5-2 today, led by headman Tyrone Marshall in his 3rd season at the helm. Cincy with a pair of strikers up front. Guilherme Santos was just signed on Thursday from Brazil. He's quickly inserted into the starting lineup, sliding in for Stefan Chirilla, who's not listed in the lineup today. Steven Jimenez was on the bench last night for the first team. It's a start in the midfield tonight for his 21st MLS Next Pro appearance. Inter Miami is led by Federico Higuain in his 2nd season guiding the Next Pro side. It's a 4-1-2-1-2, a pair of 18-year-olds up front, and Yuval Cohen and Aidon Zeltzer-Zubaida. Just 8 combined appearances between the pair of them this year, but they have come off the bench together previously. Their ability to link up and work well with some of the mainstays in the midfield, that includes Ricardo Montenegro and Pep Casas. That will be important today if Inter Miami is to find success. Caitlin Trowbridge is our referee today, assisted by Furman Sanchez and Audra Fullen. Noah Mantos is the 4th official this evening. FC Cincinnati 2, 6-3-1, 19 points on the year. Inter Miami, 3-4-2 with 11 points to their name. A little bit of wind, overcast skies, impending storms. Looks like we'll be able to get this one going here. 5 p.m. start, moved up by 2 hours. Glad to have you with us on MLS Season Pass. FC Cincinnati have been terrific the last month plus of play. Inter Miami too have had their moments. Great second half last week, played with a great spirit and vigor, trying to get their way back into the game against Core. Dominating second half, a man up, but were unable to take the extra points in the shootout. We're at Scudamore Field here at NKU Soccer Stadium. The wind is whipping, storms are approaching, but the soccer will be played. We hope to get all 90 minutes in before the elements make that more difficult. It's a club that's been the class of the league through the last month of play against a side that has produced plenty of talents for its first-team counterparts. It's looking to find similar success at the moment themselves. So, from the sands of South Beach to the Skyline Chili's of Cincinnati, from La Familia Chase Stadium to the pride at TQL and the supporters over the Rhine, we say thank you for joining us on MLS Next Pro. From Highland Heights, it's almost certain that players from this pitch will be proving themselves at the first-team level soon. Who might show the right stuff today? 90 minutes ahead to answer that question. We're underway from Highland Heights. Inter Miami going from right to left in the black kits. FC Cincinnati back home after a dominating performance last week on the road over New York Red Bulls 2. 4-1 the final score of that match, and the only goal for New York Red Bulls 2 coming on a penalty late in that game. Throwing here for the far side. into the area here, headed away for a moment, and then chipped out. Santiago Garcia will chase it down and play it back to CJ Dos Santos. 6 starts this season for Dos Santos. Owen Finnerty in goal, getting the start in net for Inter Miami 2 tonight. For Cincinnati, it's Paul Walters in net once again, who is back from loan with Hartford Athletic. 6 appearances, 21 saves, 2 clean sheets. Just got back about a week and a half ago, did Walters. 20-year-old from Northwestern in net today for Cincinnati. It's Owen Finnerty for Inter Miami. Play deep over the top, no problem here for Walters, who will scoop it. Ball Cohen, the 18-year-old, working on the right side up front at the striker spot. Aidon Zeltzer Zubaida on the left, both pair of 18-year-olds. 6th appearance of the season for Zeltzer Zubaida. Great match last week with Inter Miami and Carolina Core, though it got off to a frustrating start for Inter Miami. They only had 1 shot on goal through the first 60 minutes of play into that match. Now you look at the final numbers of that game. This is looped into the attacking third and plucked to the near side. Inter Miami trying to get something going here. The final numbers, 15-9 advantage in shots taken. This is sent into the area, cleared away easily. 4 shots on goal by the end of it for Inter Miami. 1.71 expected goals. Handled by Garcia here. Carolina Coral with just 0.71 in the expected goals department, but we're able to take 2 points from that. Seventh all-time meeting between these two sides. FC Cincinnati just 1-4-1 all-time against Inter Miami. They've got the upper hand. Last time they met was at Chase Stadium. It's a 3-0 win, though, for FC Cincinnati. For Miami, I beg your pardon. Barden, Santiago Morales, and Cesuk all scored in that match. A whistle will bring this back. Contact on that near side, going up for the header. Two of the 3 goal scorers the last time these two teams played in the starting lineup for Inter Miami 2 here today. Will that bring some confidence offensively for a side that has struggled on that side throughout the course of this season? Shots 5+ minutes into this match. Played down the near side. This is Pep Casas from UNC Wilmington, 23-year-olds. 3 years with UNCW, 3rd round pick of this most recent MLS Super Drafts. pass gives it right back to Inter Miami. Tyler Hall sending it in. FC Cincinnati have taken a big step forward defensively so far this season. That's been a big part of the success. A lot has been talked about their offensive prowess over the course of the year, but do not forget the contributions of this back line and the defensive structure, what they've been able to do. Compare it to the 2023 campaign, which Cincinnati gave up 65 goals. It's a nice slide here, sends it out of play. There's 14 goals allowed through the third plus of this season. Certainly well under the pace of last year's defense, which at times could be leaky. They have made adjustments and improvements so far this season. A lot of credit to the back third, Isaiah Foster, Brian Schaefer, Neil Gibbert, what they've been able to do so far this year. And it's nice for them to have Paul Walters back in net as well, signed as a homegrown.
Nice!
Deflection there. And Miami will play it back to Finnerty. Finnerty, former keeper in Michigan State. Second team all Big Ten in his time there.
Up, buddy. How you doing, man? Good to see you here. How about that win last night? Did you watch it?
Yeah, Foster on ball. Been for 5 MLS matches this year. His 12th MLS Next Pro start. Play, and it'll be another throw in here for Inter Miami. Mentioned year number 2 for Federico Higuain as the head man for Inter Miami. His 3rd season on the staff, of course, after a very decorated playing career that included time at Inter Miami with his brother Gonzalo. Very established career as a player, 20 years, over 400 appearances, and over 170 combined goals and assists. And the Herons are thrilled to have him leading the next pro squad, which has been a pipeline for first-team products throughout the past couple of years. This is sent in deep towards the edge of the 18, handled easily. Near side, Ben Stitt taps it forward. Santos carving to his left here, and on a hop, Finnerty has it secured. Solid couple touches there for Santos in his first few days in Cincinnati. Right at the keeper, working himself into the match, starting to warm up a bit here. Santos arrives from Atletico Mineiro B. Spent 2020 through 2024 playing for a number of clubs throughout Brazil. It's 6 goals, 2 assists, and 34 total appearances in his time in the country. Minutes into this match, just 1 shot between the 2 teams combined. You get the sense both working into this match here a little bit. Play back here to Paul Walters.
Nice.
You don't mind this kind of start if you're Inter Miami. You don't give up anything. You're early in the first 10 minutes against the side that came out and scored a goal in the first minute very recently. goal 62 seconds into the match last week at New York Red Bulls 2 really set the tone for Cincinnati. Benjamin Stitz with the goal. Castellano had the assist, and from there, Cincy were off and running. Had their second goal in the 28th minute. That was from Chirilla on a beautiful set piece from just outside the box. Now Cincinnati threatening here again. Tried to chip it into Stitz, did Santos. And he gets hit in the head here. Looks like Derek Martinez made contact with him. Looks to be okay. Second look at it here. Martinez turning on that foot going high. Santos did pop up relatively quickly, and you wonder how much contact there was there if a yellow wasn't given for a boot that honestly looked pretty high. Maybe that just glanced him, but even if it did, just doing it above the neck area, that's enough enough of a motion that will usually elicit at the very least a whistle. And so now let's see Cincinnati with all sorts of ideas for what to do here. Santos and Tablante, as well as Stitz, standing around the ball. Scored on a set piece last week, did Cincinnati. What's it gonna be here? Santos fires. It's blocked at the top of the box. Mangione was trying to find some open space with it. He was the third person in that area around the ball. Cincinnati, oh, that's a mistake in the back. Inter Miami with a brilliant opportunity here. It's deflected by Walters and sent away. Paul Walters to the rescue after a huge miscue in the back nearly leads to the first goal for Inter Miami. A sigh of relief for Cincinnati there. They're off to the races, and Walters denies Yuval Cohen. Cohen and Zeltzer Zubaida were both out in front there. And a meaningful stop keeps it level 0-0. Still bouncing around the box here. Cincy able to get it out, even momentarily. Give the young Yuval Cohen credit. Set his sights on the left side of the net. Let a shot rip. Paul Walters ready for that moment. Inter Miami, a little frustration and not taking advantage of that. This is a very inviting ball here, though. Zeltzer Zubaida, no! Walters, a fabulous save again. Both of the Inter Miami strikers with opportunities now, 15-plus minutes in. Zeltzer Zubaida this time, and Walters stands his ground. Vital block. In a pair of 2 minutes. Now Zeltzer Zubaida can't get that shot off. Trickles back to Hall. As improved as the Cincinnati defense has been this year, they needed their keeper to bail them out in the last couple of minutes right here. Paul Walters. Very easily this could be a 1-2-0 game. The Northwestern man and back on loan after a quick spell with Hartford Athletics. 6 appearances, pair of clean sheets. 4 starts for Northwestern last year. Walters making some critical saves. Encouraging stuff for Inter Miami. Those were 2 really intriguing sequences. The second one created more off their offense Beautiful pass from the back line on the right side. There's a whistle on the hold. This portion of the match brought to you by MedPace, official partner of FC Cincinnati. Foster delivering it to the edge of the area. Nice flick on. Now rolling to Amir Daly, the Duke product. There's Daly again. To Nico Benalcazar. Foster, Schaefer, Everts. Back three here for Cincinnati today. Santos did well to secure it initially along the near side. It did go out of play. Inter Miami throw in. Cincinnati had the one and only shot in the first 10 minutes of this match. Santos had a clean look from about 22 yards. Miami controlled the last 10 minutes or so. Certainly the two clear-cut opportunities. They certainly feel as if one of those should have found the net. Both of these young strikers denied by Walters. Find ourselves still level here, 18-plus minutes in. Good possession here from Cincinnati, though. Going to grow into the game themselves. The chip to nobody in particular as Tyler Hall will watch it roll out of play for a throw. All 18-year-olds, 2 goals this year. Excuse me, 8 appearances. His fellow back lineman Israel Boatright, pair of goals. Boatright throwing it in here. Santos spinning, tapping it forward. Beautiful touch. Trickles to Boatright. And Miami able to send it away. You're seeing the impact of Santos here, even in the first 20 minutes. His physicality, his reads, good touch on the ball. Keep an eye on Santos throughout the course of this one. That one somehow got through, delivering it into the 6, punched away. Santos is blocked. Second ball. Stitz sent in again and denied. Mangione had a shot. Finnerty there. Perilous moments. Sending this away. Good response from Cincinnati after the pair of Miami opportunities had given the Herons a bit of momentum. Daly will throw in here. 3 goals, 3 assists this year for Daly, who's making quite an impact after 72 appearances over the course of his collegiate career for the Duke Blue Devils. Schaefer coming in strong as that center back spot. That will be a foul on Casas. Here's that frenetic sequence in the box here for Cincinnati. Very well on the far side to Tablante. Then sends it in. There's the punch from Finnerty. Santos settled. And Mangione laid it off for Stitz. Finnerty there and ready. Repels it away, and we're still level. Foster back to Schaefer. Good ball into Mangione, but Tyler Hall took it right away.
Nice ball.
Good ball from Benalcazar. Foster, nobody there. Goal kick. Finnerty will send this one away. 22+ minutes in here, no score. Cincinnati and Miami. Inter Miami first team continues to be the talk of MLS. Thrilling win as far away from home as they could be last night. BC plays against Vancouver. Of course, without Messi, Sergio Busquets, Luis Suarez. As this one trickles out of play. Jordi Alba was the only former Barcelona man on the pitch last night. And yes, that did elicit some consternation, some frustration among the supporters in Vancouver. Many who paid a pretty penny to get tickets for that match. I don't know, it's very much a situation where you do understand the perspective from all parties, as this is knocked back to Walters here, Cincinnati with possession. You do understand the perspective from all the parties. Plenty of teams want to keep their lineup as close to the vest as long as possible, right? Inter Miami is not responsible for the marketing and the ticket sales of another organization. Yet, yeah, right, there is that acknowledgement that you do have the most popular soccer player in the world on your roster. And a lot of fans going to great lengths here. This is another bad giveaway from Cincinnati. Zeltzer Zabida tapping it to the top of the 18, trying to get it back from Cohen here. Settling, but it will go out of play. Cincinnati a little concerning along the back 3 or 4 here, but it has not cost them a goal thus far. A lot of fans going to great lengths to see Messi in this Inter Miami roster. Didn't get to see a number of them yesterday. Now, it ended up being a wonderful crowd and a wonderful match regardless. 56,000 fans saw Robert Taylor and Leo Campana's goals, leading to a 2-1 win for Inter Miami. Whitecaps nearly tied it late, had a shot hit off the post. Part of the thinking for head coach Tata Martino holding off that trio is simply the heavy schedule, right? After this cross-country trip, the 6-hour flight, the time zone difference, then getting right back, it's right back home and preparing for Atlanta on Wednesday. So Miami certainly wants to have their stars as much as possible before many of them report to camp for Copa America, which is coming up shortly. I'd say Inter has done as admirable job as they can heading into that stretch. Currently atop the table in the East. Cincinnati leapfrogged them for a few hours yesterday after their win before the Herons finished things off. Sent in. Careful now. Tablante's doing well with that service from the far side. Miami looking to counter now here. Boatwright's on the far side. Cohen's the Inter Miami man central, but a lot of white jerseys in the area, so Boatwright's going one-on-one here. Does earn a corner kick. Really not much else to do there in that situation. Cohen had a number of Cincinnati defenders around. Good transition defense there in that moment from Cincinnati, and Boatwright said, oh, let me try to go 1v1 here. Does concede a corner kick. Looping ball in, headed away. Santos boots it deep. Portion of the match brought to you by TQL, official logistics partner of FC Cincinnati. So the Cincinnati defense have looked a bit looked a bit stretched at times. Has not cost them the opener for Inter Miami as of yet. Cohen and Zubaida been unable to take advantage of those mistakes. If this pace continues, you figure at some point Inter Miami may find that opening goal. Miami 3-4-2. 11 points on the year. Garcia delivering it downfield. Foul on Cincinnati as Montenegro went down. Martinez, beg your pardon, Derek Martinez, 20-year-old, second MLS Next Pro appearance of the season for Martinez. Played 28 minutes against NYC FC2 back in March. Looked unsure for a moment, gets it in play, now sends it down the far side to Blante, read the pass. Sprinting ahead past midfield, Boatwright tracked him back down. Touch for Walters, who's been the man of the match thus far for Cincinnati. He has bailed out his back line twice. Good interplay in the midfield here from Cincy. Pushing down the near side a little bit heavy. Stitz unable to corral. Heard the oohs and ahs from the crowd at the brief 3 or 4 pass interchange. Still a difficult place to get out of here, throwing near the flag here for Inter Miami. Garcia. Stitz surrounding him. Now Sesak. Finnerty comes out to secure. Finnerty, a 23-year-old, making his second MLS Next Pro appearance of the year. The tough one, the one match he played in. It was the 6-2 loss in Chattanooga back on April 13th. So looking for a better day overall on the pitch here this afternoon. Certainly off to a nice start. Half an hour into this match. Garcia will clip it over the top on the near side. Contact in the box there as Cohen was looking to secure. Ryan Schaefer getting physical and earning the goal kick here for Cincinnati. Talked with Cincinnati head man Tyrone Marshall about that last match, the 4-1 win over Red Bulls 2. He said, I thought our preparation was good. So the first time we played them, we had a good setup, thought we played well, but we gave up 2 set pieces that led to not getting results in that initial match. But I thought we played well enough to get points, but we didn't. So coming into this game, I thought our prep was spot on. The execution was great. Scoring in the first 60 seconds got us off on a good note. And once I got the confidence, it took off from there. So we played with confidence, drive, and passion, and that showed in our game. The second red in that game said I thought we caused it for New York. The way we were attacking, being aggressive, drawing the foul. Very pleased head man after that 4-1 win on the road over New York Red Bulls 2. This portion of the match brought to you by First Financial Bank. official bank of FC Cincinnati. Zelter Zabida laying it off on the top of the 18. It was taken away by Tablante. Montenegro was trying to line something up. Both teams at .34 expected goals. Almost surprised it's not a little higher for Inter Miami with the two looks that they did have. Sesak getting off balance there, possession taken away. 6 combined shots between the two clubs, 3 for either side. Foul on Cincinnati. Just like that, Casas will take the free kick here for Inter Miami. Twenty-three-year-old from Barcelona by way of UNC Wilmington. 3 years with the Seahawks. Clipping it in. Did that take a touch off Cincinnati or not? Looks like this will be a corner kick for Inter Miami. Yep. Zelter Zabida will jog over to take it. Playing it short to Casas, has some room, chipping it to the far post. Header is into the arms of Walters. That was a well-done sequence from the training ground. Ty Barden's header, just not able to generate enough pace onto it. Casas flicking it to the far side. Momentum carrying Barden backwards. Montenegro trying to win possession back. Hall pushes it forward. Off the foot of Cohen and out of play. Reminder, don't miss Carolina Corps' first ever home match on June 1st when they welcome Huntsville City to Truist Point. Coverage begins live 7:30 Eastern, only on MLS Season Pass. Carolina very much looking forward to truly being at home for the first time. They've spent about the first 8 to 10 matches on the road this season. Eddie Pope, Roy Lassiter, good thing going there in North Carolina. First-class people, in addition to the decorated soccer careers that both of them had. We need to see the crowd and the environment for Carolina Corps for the first true home match. It was really neat to see the 500, 600 fans, just busloads of supporters for their first ever match, which was at Crown Legacy. So only about a 2-hour drive to go to Matthews, just outside Charlotte, to see the first ever match, and it was a thrilling one as well. This is cleared away. A late goal from Corps in stoppage time sent it to penalties, which Corps earned the extra point in the shootout with. Goal kick here for Cincinnati. So June 1st, make sure to tune in, MLS Season Pass. That home opener for Carolina Corps. Schaefer will spray it over. Ian Murphy. Go over the top here. Santos with Hall applying pressure. Cohen goes down in his foul. That'll be our first booking of the match. Isaiah Foster receiving the yellow card. Not positive if it was for the tackle or delaying the quick restart that Cincinnati wanted. Maybe a combination of the both there for Foster. Didn't look like he made the eventual tackle, though. There was more physicality from his teammate. Nevertheless, Foster into the book. Nearly 40 minutes in here. Garcia trying to switch. Flag is up. Tyrone Marshall saying things are just starting to click now, referencing this 5-match win streak. Said everyone's buying in. When you have the results going your way, said everyone tends to be laser focused. The execution's better. Scoring more goals has helped. Also referenced Stephon Chirilla, who we noted in the starting 11 today. He's not in the lineup this evening for FC Cincinnati, where they're starting or coming off the bench. And going back between the academy and the next pro side for much of this season, but the way he's scoring and contributing to the next pro side, he's certainly getting more minutes. Is Inter Miami going to take advantage of this here? Martinez goes off. Casas tried to play it back. Cincinnati get through that sequence there. Now advancing forward, Stitz had stopped his run though. A little exasperation from Steven Jimenez. Scoreless, but not for any shortage of opportunities, that's for sure. Here at NKU Soccer Stadium. Scudamore Field. Whistle on the turn. It's a foul on Inter Miami. Nice turn, trying to create some space. Mangione working hard here in the first half, the Penn State man. Mangione whipping one towards the 6. Sent away, back to Amir Daly. Miami settles. Cohen had it taken away. Nice play there by Tablante. And then Gioni went down, and that's going to be a yellow card on Inter Miami. Hard challenge there. Quick yellow card delivered. Zelchi Zabida. Another free kick here for Cincinnati. Tablante and Mangione on the ball. Just a two-man wall here for Inter Miami. Cincinnati with 6 in the box. Whistle blows. Tablante sends it in. Looks like Daly was along that near side post. Flag was up. We got some more offensive numbers from this match. Final third entries, 29-26 for Inter Miami. 7-3 advantage for the Herons in terms of touches in the opponent's box. Both teams still sitting at .34 expected goals. Possession fairly even as well. An even match. I'd say two big chances for Inter Miami, one real one for FC Cincinnati when it was being pinned around in the box, although Santos did have an effort from about 20-25 yards away that was right at Owen Finnerty. Right back downfield by Ty Barton. Foster giving chase. Cohen giving pressure. Earns possession back. Now Boatwright, who had the goal last week in the second half against Core. You throw in. Cohen is back to goal. Here are defenders. So he somehow slipped in between the pair of them. Cohen delivers it in now. And it'll trickle back towards the near side touchline. I don't know how Cohen navigated his way to a pair of defenders there. Now will it lead to a counter opportunity. Stitz looking to switch. Well done there. Moises Tablante. He'll deliver it in. Near side, the header goes over the head of Jimenez. Settled by Stitz. Stitz now towards the touchline. Corner kick, Cincinnati. Mangione, the Hunt Valley, Maryland native. Who's top 15 all-time on the Penn State all-time scoring list. He will take the corner kick here for Cincinnati. Mangione delivers a low ball, skipping across the box, and the shot is just wide by Ben Alcazar. Let one rip. Didn't quite line it up as he wanted to. See how wide this eventually went. It looked off the foot like it might be a fizzer. It was well off the mark. Little back tap there. Casas looking to switch. Over to Boatwright. Martinez giving chase. Tablante as well. Now to play for a goal kick. Not going to have much stoppage time here in the first half. Just 1 minute to be added. Montenegro pushing over to Boatwright. Now Hall. There'd be one more chance here in the first half before these two teams head to the locker room. 4-3 advantage in shots taken for FC Cincinnati. 0.41 expected goals. A little too heavy on the through ball there. Good to see the weather has not affected the proceedings as of yet. Knock on wood. Still 45 more minutes to play. This ball cleared out, and that whistle will signify the end of the first half. Beautiful opportunities early on for Cohen and Zeltzer Zabaya. Those are spurned by Paul Walters in nets, and through 45 minutes, our score at NKU Soccer Stadium. FC Cincinnati 0, Inter Miami 0 here in Highland Heights. Here on MLS Season Pass, coming up, Michelle visits the Coach's Corner. We come back after a short break. Stay with us here.
Really sweet. Ahí está el centro. Gol. Maxi Mesa para pegarle. Maxi le pegó. Fuerza. André. Servicio. It's saved by Carlos Torres. Con autoridad el centro. A la izquierda en las afueras del área. Le pega. Golazo. Externa va a definir Chicho.
Vamos, dale pues, vamos allá, muévete, mueve loco como solo tú lo sabes, así es, pon la mano en la cabeza, sacúdete, sacúdete, mira, sacúdete.
Welcome back to NKU Soccer Stadium. FC Cincinnati and Inter Miami deadlocked, no score at the half here in this Eastern Conference clash. Glad to have you with us here as part of MLS Season Pass. Jay Ricketts alongside you. Michelle Montaigne had a chat with Philadelphia Union 2 manager Marlon LeBlanc on their rise to the top of the East table. Here is our latest Coach's Corner.
What's up, guys? We're coming to you from the city of brotherly love with one of the coaches that we love, Marlon LeBlanc, the head coach of Philadelphia Union 2. Coach, thank you for sitting down with us.
Great to see you, Michelle. I feel like I haven't seen you in ages, so it's great to catch up.
Which I'm sure you're grateful for. Coach, every year you guys find yourselves in the postseason. Early this season, you're once again at the top of the standings. In your mind, which is harder, getting to the top or staying there?
Yeah, it's a great question. I'd like to select all of the above if I can. It's a little bit of both, you know. Getting there and achieving what we've achieved so far with this young group has been absolutely, really just fantastic in every sense of the word. And for us to be able to repeat success over the first couple of years in MLS Next Pro and make the playoffs and to be where we are right now and doing what we're doing right now here in year 3 is exceptional. It really is truly a testament to the kids and the effort of the players and our young group and our staff that probably don't get as much credit as they deserve. And I think as the figurehead of this group, I probably get more than I deserve. But it's been a really great collective effort from everybody. And we take our lead from our first team. They've been the best team in MLS over the last 5 years or so, and we'd like to think that the organization, the model of what we have in place really leads to success across all of them.
As one of the few coaches who's been with the league since its inception in 2022, how have you seen it evolve over these last 3 seasons?
Yeah, it's exceptional, really, right? Just seeing the successes of the young players and coaches that have come through MLS Next Pro, and you're seeing some of the young guys that have come through and scoring Champions League goals. You're seeing guys scoring game winners in MLS. You're seeing coaches now leading first teams in Montreal. It's remarkable how this league has elevated players into the first division and coaches. Obviously, the league has grown quite a bit, and we know that on the surface. It's gone from 24 teams to 29 and continuing to grow. We've seen young players make it to the first team, coaches make their way through, but the level has gotten better too. The competition has been fantastic, and we've been one of the few teams that have been consistent across it, but you're seeing new teams get better really quick. I think this league's objective was to have this platform for young players and coaches to develop and to get better, and without a doubt, you're seeing that happen, and you're seeing it happen at a really, really high level in Next Pro. The competition, the preparation, the professionalism, even the broadcasting with Apple now has kind of elevated this league to a whole new status. So it's been impressive.
Yeah, you guys have been one of the kind of pillars of that exact succession. As you think about the pipeline, the established academy that you guys have, what do you feel like is really the root of the success in getting these guys up to the first team and having them have success once they get there?
Yeah, I mean, I think first and foremost, obviously the continuity. We have a playing style that's distinct. We have a style of play that is taught at the academy that goes to the second team and ultimately is driven by our first team. And it allows us to be able to have these players go up and down, back and forth, and really never miss a beat. But I also think the fact that, and it's really understated, that all of our teams live in one place. We're all in Chester, Pennsylvania, right next to the stadium. So the academy, the second team, the first team all train at the same facility. We benefit from our school being here as well. And so we have this process and this methodology that kind of, it goes right through in and out of our club. And I think it puts us in a really unique advantage that we're all literally at the same place at the same time every single day, seeing each other. Jim's working with our 17s. I'm bringing some of the kids in, first team, and younger players coming through. It really is an incredible environment to be able to be a young professional in.
What is the approach with these young guys who have such high expectations put upon them?
Yeah, it's a really holistic approach. You know, the high expectations are for literally every kid that comes into this academy, and I don't know if that's necessarily driven by us versus what we've built here over the last 10 plus 15 years. This academy has become a world-renowned name in player development, not just for our first team, but around the world, and players going off into Europe. And so each one of these young players, Kevin Sullivan, David Vasquez, CJ Olney, Andrew Rick, all of these young guys have these massive ambitions for themselves, which it's our job to support and to try and help them reach those lofty goals that they've set for themselves. Our role and our objective is to provide them a platform and an environment where they can achieve everything that they want to achieve as young players. And I think they all see themselves as the next Brendan Aronson or Paxton Aronson or Mark McKenzie, Austin Trusty, whoever it is that's come through this club that's gone on to great success. They all want that too. And we'll just continue to cultivate and foster an environment that allows them to be the best that they can possibly be. And I think we really do a really, really good job here in our academy and in our second team of providing that opportunity for them.
Yeah, being in a role where you get to have so much influence at the pivotal times in their development, what is maybe your favorite part about your current job?
Yeah, my favorite part is not qualifying for the playoffs or winning, a big game. My favorite part is getting to stand there with David Vasquez and hold his shirt with him and take a picture with him, and seeing the smile on his face that he's made it to the first team. And the same with Kevin and Andy Rick and all these guys who have come through. And you know, like I said, the Aaronsons before, Quinn Sullivan before his younger brother Kevin, and McGlynn and Harriel. That for me has been the most rewarding part of this whole experience, is being a part of their journey, and just being there to help them help them get, you know, to where they want to get to. And look, people will forget who last year's MLS Next Pro champion was, and they'll forget who this year's will be, and they'll forget me along the way. But for a brief moment in their journey, I get to be a part of it, and that in itself for me is the reward that is going to last, you know, much longer than any wins or losses will.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's forgetting you anytime soon, Coach, but thank you so much for all of the time today.
Thanks, Michelle. Great seeing you.
Vamos, dale pues, vamos allá, muévete, muévelo como solo tú lo sabes, así es, pon las manos en la cabeza, sacúdete, sacúdete, mira, sacúdete.
Really sweet. Ahí está el centro. Gol. Maxi Mesa para pegarle. Maxi le pegó. Huerta. Al frente. Servicio. It's saved by Carlos Corner. Con autoridad el centro. A la izquierda en las afueras del área. Le pega. Golazo. Parte externa, va a definir Chicho.
All right, MLS store, I need something fresh and clean. Let's see what you got. I need that in my size. Cream on cream? The fit is cold. I'm ice cream. You like that?
Welcome back to NKU Soccer Stadium, just a moment or two away from second half action. No score between FC Cincinnati and Inter Miami, though there were certainly a number of opportunities over the course of that first half. Cincinnati, 0.91 expected goals on 6 shots. Earliest chance came about 10 minutes into the match. Guilherme Santos, who just signed on Thursday with the club. This was a poor pass back from Jimenez. Not sure if he thought that Walters was closer to him. Cohen had a beautiful 1v1 opportunity, but Walters held his own. How about that through ball right there? That's excellent, and that will lead to goals over the course of the season. Zeltzer Zabida, tough angle. Walters came out off his line again, made that a difficult finish. Frenetic sequence here. Just a few minutes later, Santos had his shot blocked, and then Stitz couldn't get enough pace on it, went off the feet of Owen Finnerty, who's having a nice performance thus far. Last real chance for Inter Miami in the half, off of the head of Ty Barton. His momentum taking him away from goal, and that was easy pickings for Paul Walters. As we take a look at the match week 11 schedule thus far. Full slate of games over the past couple of days. Chattanooga on top of the East, coming out on top in the shootouts against Atlanta United after a thrilling 2-2 match through 90 minutes of that. Full Sunday of action here on MLS Next Pro. Glad to have you with us. AJ Ricketts alongside you. No score as we get set to begin the second half. Again, keep your fingers crossed that this one gets through before the bad weather hits. We move this match up 2 hours. We get this one in without any inclement weather nixing that. 6-4 advantage in shots taken for Cincinnati. 3 shots on goal combined between the two clubs. Let's see what the second half has in store. Brian Schaefer immediately sends it deep. We're back and forth here. Benalcazar push it far side. Nico Benalcazar spent 6 years in the New York NYCFC system, in their academy and their next pro side as well. 2 goals this season for Benalcazar. Here's Foster, through ball to Blante at the end line. No whistle yet. Now the whistle blows. Wasn't sure if Blante was able to keep that in play as he was sprinting towards the touch line. The pass just a little bit out in front of him from Foster. Good idea, though, on the distribution. Question for Inter Miami here in this second half. How can they create more sequences? Like the build-ups to Zeltzer Zabida, like the pressure from Cohen on the back third, the opportunity that resulted in for their 18-year-old striker. How can they generate more chances of that nature, whether through pressure or distribution from the back? For FC Cincinnati, got to clean some things up along the back line of their own. Some leaky defending, both through mistakes of their own and on the through balls and distribution from Inter Miami led to some 2 or 3 real chances for the Herons. Have to clean that up along the back line. And can they get Santos and Stitz a little bit more involved here in the second half? We saw some good things from Santos. Just 1 shot attempt, but his physicality and movement off ball were encouraging for FC Cincinnati. And Stitz had a shot just outside the 6 as well, and has been a goal scorer this year for Cincinnati. 3 goals for the former DC United second round selection. FC Cincinnati has had an offense that's been operating at a very high level. They're 20 goals, leads MLS Next Pro as Tyler Hall put this in a more dangerous spot. There's a foul on Cincinnati. They're 20 goals, leads MLS Next Pro. They've hit the 4-goal mark twice this season. They've scored in 8 consecutive matches and at least 2 goals in 4 of their last 5. So Inter Miami, well done defensively here today to limit Cincinnati scoreless for at least half of this match, but you know the pressure will be on here in the final 45. So we're back and forth along the edge of the area, clipped in. Away initially by Schaefer, and it's a throw in for Inter Miami. Boat right, wants it back, got in front of Tablante, goes down, there's no whistle. A late call comes in. Martinez was pleading for one. Free kick here for Inter Miami from an intriguing position. Zeltzer Zabida and Sesak stand on the ball. It's a shortened corner kick here. Miami with 5 in the box. It's going to be Zelter Zabida. Zelter Zabida played 29 minutes off the bench in Inter Miami's last match against the Core. Walters right on that post at the moment. Directions to his wall. Now takes a step off. Whistle blows. Zelter Zabida delivers in. Just a bit too high to handle. Montenegro sending it right back into the area. Deflected away. This will be a corner kick for Inter Miami. Zelter Zabida has steadily seen more action over the course of this season. Low driven ball here. Back out to Casas. Throw in. Nothing in the end here for Inter Miami. A goal kick for FC Cincinnati. Miami quickly providing some pressure here. They force the giveaway. It's Boatwright now firing, and it's well too high. I don't think Cincinnati expected that in that moment. We haven't seen much pressure from Inter Miami today. That's not really a part of their club personality, to work out of the back, counter, build up as well. High pressure, at least consistently, isn't particularly what they've built their brand on. In that moment, nearly delivered something positive. Boatwright let one rip from well outside of the box. It's harmless in the end. It's not just the next pro side in Cincinnati that's been celebrating in the locker room post-match the last few weeks. Pat Noonan's squad up at MLS level have won 7 straight matches now after that epic win on the road against Toronto last night. Cincinnati now just the 4th team since 2000 to win 7 consecutive matches. They are very much in the conversation for the Supporters' Shield, coming off a year in which they won it. Of course, heading into this year, they lost 5 starters from that squad. A lot of the preseason conversation, with good reason, thinking it's going to be much more difficult to do that again, but they are right a part of that conversation for the 2nd consecutive season. The whistle here going against Inter Miami. Free kick for Cincinnati. Having the reigning MLS MVP, Luciano Acosta, that's of course a major part of the success once again. 7 goals, 11 assists now this season after picking up a pair of assists last night. That adds up, by the way, to contributing to more than 60% of their scoring this year. He's been fabulous. You also see the contributions from former members of this FC Cincinnati 2 squad. There's a conversation going on here after that whistle. Referee and it's like Cohen and company. Looks to be resolved for the moment. Foul was called on Inter Miami. You also see the contributions. You talk about this first team squad for Cincinnati from their former Cincinnati 2 squad. Brett Halsey has been a consistent part of the midfield after 18 appearances with the next pro side here. 22 appearances with Real Monarchs prior to that. Now Halsey's playing alongside the MVP and one of 3 MLS players called up for Copa America this summer. His teammate Miles Robinson. You can see the synergy, the progress, the good things ahead for this Ohio club. First team's thriving, next pro side's thriving. The MLS MVP on their squad, a national team call-up. The foul committed around the attacking third now on Inter Miami. It'll be a free kick here for FC Cincinnati. See, Cincinnati's here. They're rolling, and they certainly want to add an MLS championship alongside that Supporters Shield. Heartbreak of the Eastern Conference final defeat. Columbus Crew still lingers. They're up 2-0, lose that 3-2. The kind of loss sits with the player and the coach for quite some time, but the response has been prolific. Free kick here, no score. Kind of a fake sequence there. Now they play it back. Sits into the area. Waiting for a handball for a moment. No given. Foster too far ahead. Goal kick. Thrilling game last night in Toronto between Toronto and Cincinnati. Sergio Santos, 93rd minute, game winner. 4-3 the final score. Orlando had a pair of goals, Kevin Kelsey as well for Cincinnati. It's a big time win. Toronto's been playing well coming off a difficult year themselves. I know folks expected them to be where they are on the table this moment after one of their most humbling seasons of program history. This is played over the top here. Trying to settle. Santos turning. Almost found Mangione. Foster wants a handball. So did the crowd. Boat right. To Finnerty. To Blante. Foster. Cincinnati have done well in possession here in the first 10+ minutes of the second half. Nearing the hour mark. Have not conceded any real chances to Inter Miami. Start this second half here. A little bit more compact in the back when they've had to be. Now Jimenez. Spiraling away from Tablante, and this will be a goal kick. This portion of the match brought to you by Allegiant, the official airline of FC Cincinnati. No surprise to see Schaefer, Amir Daly, Peter Mangione in the lineup once again here today for FC Cincinnati. They've started every match this season. All three of them rank in the top 6 in minutes played across MLS Next Pro. And Schaefer is the second player this season to hit the 900-minute mark. That sense of continuity is a big reason, big factor that Tyrone Marshall contributed to this better success defensively. Mark talked about the improvement, 65 goals last year, just 14 allowed this season. And stability in the back has been a big reason why. A couple more mistakes than usual here today, but you have the keeper, Paul Walters, our high-level netminder there to clean things up if need be. Laid off. Trying to chip it to the far side was read well by Daly. Send this one back. Defensive numbers early weren't great for Cincinnati. They had a couple games in which they gave up 3 goals. Tyrone Marshall talked about the Red Bulls once, said 2 of those were on set pieces. Able to clean that kind of defense up over the course of this year as well. This is out of play. Heads up. Tablante dispossessed. Martinez pushing ahead. That one with a bit more pace into the stands. Head on a swivel. Fortunately, not a souvenir for the supporters present. I'll toss that back down pretty quickly. One shot for either side here in the second half, coming from Inter Miami. The first 8 to 10 minutes of the first half was pretty quiet from an offensive standpoint as well before things picked up in the ensuing 5 minutes. Now we're into this match now, no score. Expect to see one from Cincinnati the way they've been playing. 8 straight matches with a goal. Tablante whips one in. It's handled by Ty Barden. Corner kick conceded, though, from Inter Miami. Not seeing a substitute as well through an hour plus of this match. Mangione another corner. (14 assists in his senior season at Penn State. Mangione. Play. Looks like there was a foul here on Inter Miami. Our referee here was pointing at the spot.
Yeah, you were. That's why you didn't want to talk about it.
Caitlin Trowbridge was pointing at the spot here. There was contact initially. She's pointing the near side. I thought she was pointing at Tyler Hall. Hall trying to plead his case here. He looks incredulous. Watch Tyler Hall. It seems to be that Hall was the one who this foul may have been called on the near side, wrapping his arms for a moment around Foster. And Caitlin Trowbridge is pointed at the spot. This will be a penalty for Cincinnati. A huge development here, just over an hour into this match. Upon review of replay, Hall certainly did put his arms around, I think it was Foster. The ball was played well away from that area. In fact, it went out of play over the goal. It was for a brief moment. Did have his hands around. I don't know how much it eventually impeded in the end. You certainly see plenty of physicality on these corner kicks. It's a difficult one to deal with if you're in Miami. One more time now. Near side. Around the 6-yard box there was immediately the penalty given and the point to Tyler Hall. And a stunned reaction from the Inter Miami contingent here. So Guilherme Santos will step to the spot looking for his first goal as a member with FC Cincinnati, just days after signing with the club. Tense moment here for Owen Finnerty and net. Long run up here from the spot. Denied! Santos missed the rebound! Wow! Owen Finnerty steps up in net and repels the penalty away. Santos went to his right. Finnerty guessed correctly. Still an open net there for Santos, though. Could have placed that back in on the header, but left it too high, and Cincinnati remains scoreless. And Jesus Castellano is going to come in, and that's a frustrating way to depart for Guilherme Santos, who did play well today in his first appearance. And he will be thinking about that one for the rest of this match. Castellanos started last match for FC Cincinnati. Played a couple of years ago with New York Red Bull. What a save by Finnerty. It's been a nice match for him as well. You certainly think about the mindset coming into this match, just one appearance this season, and it was a humbling one. A 6-goal game for Chattanooga. Finnerty has certainly appeared to have moved on from that kind of match. Confident save right there, wasn't it? Corner kick here, though, Cincinnati. Delivered centrally. Takes a bounce. Right into the chest. Lined it up. And Alcazar had a good look on the near side. Took a hop. Nobody got a header to it. And on the volley, right into the arms of Finnerty. Right place, right time once more. Feels like a half that's been controlled by Cincinnati. Can Miami start to put some pressure here on Paul Walters again? Boatwright as well. Play it central. The one-touch pass to Martinez was a good idea. Foster will deal with conceding a throw. This portion of the match brought to you by Cintas, an official partner of FC Cincinnati. Throw from Boatwright. Get it across the box. Sent long. That very well may be one of the more frustrating things as a soccer player. Miss a penalty and be taken off moments after. No way to make it up in the short term. Now on the near side, Castellano plays it towards the corner. Tablante's cross delivered in. Straight to a black jersey. Now does Inter Miami continue the pace here? Boatwright continuing to carry it forward. Martinez now, a lot of green space in front of him. Trying to get a through ball in here. It's past the 18 and chipped out of play. Corner kick. Cincinnati looked just a bit unsure there. Miami almost surprised with how much room they were being given, whether it was Boatwright on the near side, and then eventually Martinez after his distribution. Zeltzer Zabaida awaiting some teammates to make their way into the box. And dare I say, it looks like the sun has come out here in Highland Heights. Looks to be a nice evening at the moment. Casas. Garcia. Well too strong. One shot here in the second half for Inter Miami. About 70 minutes into this match, only one touch in the opponent's box in the second half as well for Federico Higuain's squad. That'll be a push on Foster. There was a great spirit in the second half that Inter Miami played with. A man up, though, after just one shot on target through the first 60 minutes of play. That'll be a yellow given. Third booking of this match. It's on Schaefer. Excuse me, give her excuse with the yellow card. Cincinnati right back. Appeals for a handball here from Inter Miami. They are not heard. Finnerty delivering deep. Right to Martinez here, trying to settle and shoot. Martinez is wide of the post. That's more encouraging, though, from Inter Miami. There has not been much to speak of offensively here in the second half. Martinez chested down to himself, and that was a concerning one for Walters there. Had to stretch to be sure. Not a sequence you want to allow Martinez to be able to set up his shot there in that moment. Off a ball from the other side of the pitch. There's a couple of moments this evening where it hasn't been glamorous defensively for Cincinnati, but in the end, they continue to have Inter Miami scoreless. But out in front on the pass to the far side here. This portion of the match brought to you by CTI Clinical Trial and Consulting, official partner of FC Cincinnati. We talk about the pathway to the pros, from MLS Next Pro to MLS, and the nearly 100 contracts that have been signed. Inter Miami have been a big part of that. Think Benjamin Kramaski, David Ruiz, Noah Allen. It was great to see Ian Frey take the pitch again last week for Inter Miami. He came in the second half. He had his third career ACL injury last year. Frey getting on the pitch, contributed an assist, that game-tying assist, and a goal in the penalties as well. So terrific to see Ian Frey back. Also Lawson Sunderland. They've all contributed meaningful minutes during last year's Inter Miami campaign and continuing into this year as Castellano advances forward, trying to find some numbers behind him. Lay it off. Kramaski has particularly been a star to develop from this level from Inter Miami. Just 19 years old. In consideration for the U.S. Olympic team at the moment, as Finnerty will handle this. Great to see Kramaski back on the pitch. He had that sports hernia surgery in January. He was back on the pitch, playing well. 2 goals in the last month of play. It was so fun to watch him step into the spotlight last year, coming through in pressure penalty moments, sharing the stage and joy with Messi. He had 19 MLS Next Pro appearances, now 36 MLS appearances. He is one of a number of Inter Miami products that have gone on to the first team and maybe starring with the first team for some time to come. Although plenty of clubs overseas with their eyes on Kramaski moving forward. We'll see what develops with that. If I was a young player coming out of the Next Pro level, I'd want to be with Inter Miami, I think, for as long as possible, as long as Messi, Busquets, and company are around. There's certainly a lot of things to take into consideration, contract-wise and career-wise, moving forward. But things seem to be going well for Kramaski and a number of former Inter Miami 2 teammates. Foul there For Miami to restart. Miami making their first substitute. Ryan Destin, who started up front last week and quite often this season for the Herons, will enter. So Destin in, Zeltzer-Zabida will exit. After a nice game today. His best opportunity came on that transition moment in the first half. Was not able to convert, but more meaningful experience in his 6th appearance of the year. Does have a goal this season, does Zeltzer-Zabida. Not one today. Ryan Destin enters for him. Will look to make an impact in the final 15+ minutes here. At the moment, we're destined for a shootout. Actually, I didn't say that on purpose. That was no pun intended. 15+ minutes here in the second half. Over the top, flag stays down.
Hey, cut it out, boys.
Sent into the area, Walters catching practice. Destin does well to earn possession. Tyler Hall off balance. Back and forth here at the moment, Castellano. Looking for Tablante, battling with Hall. It's out of play off of Hall. It went out of frame, it looks to be a corner kick. Look at it there, good hustle by Tablante. Well, sending it out just to be sure. That's the 18-year-olds. Haitian International, 9 appearances, 3 goals this year for Brian Destin. Delivered far post here, nobody there, and out of play. This 5-match win streak for Cincinnati, the longest running win streak in MLS Next Pro after City 2 lost in the midweek to Dynamo 2. Longest win streak in MLS Next Pro history is 7. Columbus Crew did it in 2022, Crown Legacy in 2023. That's given away there, shot taken. Walters is there. Whistle will stop play. Destin is down on the far sideline. Trowbridge immediately jogs to the assistant referee there in midfield to have a discussion about something there. Destin holding it in his head for a moment. I don't know if he got poked in the eye or clipped in the forehead or what may have happened. Athletic training staff is out now to attend to Destin. Let's see if we can tell here. Top of your screen, we got hit in the head there, right before the giveaway with the right hand of the Cincinnati player. Discussion about it here. Caitlin Trowbridge and Audra Fullen, assistant referee. Destin looks to be okay. That's good to see. I'm not sure if Trowbridge caught that initially, but even if she had, she wouldn't have wanted to blow her whistle in that moment, I think, with the advantage being played and the shot that was about to be taken for Inter Miami. That will certainly add some stoppage time, I'm sure, to the equation here in 10+ minutes. Remind you one more time, don't miss Carolina Corps' first ever home match on June 1st when they welcome Huntsville City to Truist Points. Our coverage begins live at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, only on MLS Season Pass. Check out that core team. They're a lot of fun. Getting Roy Lassiter leading the charge. A Pope in the front office. Get things moving forward from Carolina Corps. Exciting young club on point. Somewhat surprising to see the scoreline that we have at the moment. The way Cincinnati's been playing offensively. Unable to find the scoreboard at home, 81 minutes into the match now. Their best chance coming from the penalty spot. Santos was denied by Finnerty. Here's a whistle. This is going to be a card here. Is that on Casas here? Look to be shocked. A pair of subs coming in here for both sides. Joseph Converse will sub in for Inter Miami. Ryan Bilal for Cincinnati. Casas with the defense. He seemed to feel that Foster went down on his own. Him and Tablate were having a quick conversation. Bilal's going to come in for Stitz. Stitz, who's been a nice goal scorer for Cincinnati this year, nothing today. Now Inter Miami pushing forward. Converse comes in for Casas. Corner kick, Inter Miami. Converse, the 18-year-old from the Inter Miami Academy. First MLS Next Pro appearance for him this year. Sent in. Cleared away. Tyler Hall will play it back. Converse 11 appearances for Inter Miami 2 previously before this year. So look to make his mark here today. Cohen still playing up front here for Miami. Better defensive performance today for the Herons, who've been searching for answers in the defensive third. They've allowed 20 goals through their 9 matches this year. Only Red Bulls 2 and Rapids 2 have conceded more goals than Inter Miami this season. And the Herons just one of 2 teams to concede 6 goals in a single match in regular season play this year. This has been better today. Even that penalty that was given up, that, to be fair, did not seem like a clear-cut penalty. It was hard to tell even on the replay, the angles that we had. Good challenge. Trying to find the form that they had in their first 4 matches when they won 3 of them. It's going to slide in the Eastern Conference table since then. Looking to at least send this to a shootout, which will get them for a chance for a meaningful 2 points on the road. Cincinnati, they've got other ideas here. Push to the far side, a little out of range to keep that sequence going. And it's out of play, but Alcazar couldn't get to it. Poor pass. And a throw in here for FC Cincinnati. Trying to re-engage here quickly. Ball down the far side, can't get to it. Converse from the Inter Miami Academy. Ryan Bilal, 18-year-old out of the FC Cincinnati Academy. Heading to Wake Forest soon. 3 total MLS Next Pro appearances in his career. .08 expected goals here in the second half for Inter Miami. 1.07 for FC Cincinnati. Both teams have taken 3 shots. Only 7 total touches in the opponent's box for both teams combined here in the second half. Trying to find some space here along the inline is Bilal. He does earn a corner kick here for Cincinnati. In the final stages here in regulation, Cincinnati and Miami have been unable to find the back of the net thus far. Corner kick here for the home side. Here's the corner in the 89th minute. Low ball. It just misses the right post. Good ideas there off the set piece from the corner. It was Bilal who tried to volley it in. '90th minute here at Highland Heights. Cincinnati and Inter Miami. FC Cincinnati in danger of their first match in their last 9 without a goal, and having this 5-match win streak come to an end. Destin will lay it off. Here's Santiago Garcia. Garcia sending it in. Walters is there. Crowd trying to play their part, give some encouragement here in the final minutes. Let's see how much stoppage time is added. It's going to be 8 minutes. Did have a couple stoppages in play, right, between the penalty and when Brian Destin was down. At the next pro level, they're making sure, trying to get a significant time back in the stoppage portion of the match if there's stoppages in play. So 8 minutes. Boatwright needing a moment here on the left side of your screen. Time of the match when cramps can certainly become a part of the equation here. Serves as a mini hydration break as well. Here Miami will go to the bench. See Samuel Basabe there, as well as Dairon Reyes. The 4th appearance of the season for Reyes, who also has 13 caps with the Cuban national team. Missed the first 6 matches of the season for Inter Miami, working his way back from an injury. But had started the last 2 matches in the midfield. 41st career appearance for Inter Miami 2 for Reyes. Basabe, the 18-year-old for Inter Miami. 9th appearance of the season for Basabe. Four substitutes off the bench for Federico Higuain, 2 thus far for Cincinnati. But race to it on the far side. Well done defensively. No foul given. And Miami trying to make things work on the counter here. Brian Destin in a foot race. He's first to the ball. Turns. Destin delivering it here near side. Things are on here for Inter Miami. They score! Sesak delivers the opener here in the 94th minute for Inter Miami. Completely against the run of play, Nicholas Sesak puts Inter Miami in front on the road against the hottest team in the league. 1-0 Inter Miami. Look at the turn here from Brian Destin. There was nobody around Sesak but the presence of mind when the defense collapsed to take that touch and shift to the left, set it up, and strike it home. 1-0 Inter Miami. The former star at Indiana, the 23-year-old Nicholas Sesak with his first goal of the season and his 10th appearance on the year. What a way to open up his accounts. This is deflating stuff right now for FC Cincinnati, who had a penalty earlier to take the lead. They have controlled much of this match after the half. But a deserved goal on the counter right there for Inter Miami. It was just desperate for success, searching for its first win since April 7th. They've had a number of one-goal losses in that time span. Been on the wrong side. Can they hold on to this lead here? You know, FC Cincinnati is sending numbers forward now. Here's Foster. Jimenez. Schaefer. Schaefer! Parried over the bar. That was a fizzer from well outside the box. And Finnerty had to be sure. 30 yards away. That may have been destined to the back of the goal had Finnerty not given it a punch. Corner kick. It's a long one. Headed back into a dangerous spot. Hibbert was trying to turn his body. Get a shot on goal. Now time starting to tick away here for Cincinnati. An outright win certainly looks far within the realm of possibilities now. 5-match outright win streak. Certainly coming to a close here in a moment. Trying to, at the very least, send this to a shootout. Yellow card. Martinez. Daly will play it back. 97th minute. Miami up a goal. Here's Jimenez. To Blante. Delivered service all evening here. Past Daly. Shot taken. Daly got a touch. Headed off the line. Ty Barden was there. And Finnerty's back in that moment. A couple perilous bounces there. Daly got a boot to it. Right to Ty Barden, who was on the line. Another corner kick here for Cincinnati. Played near post and off the line. A look to reset it here. Another chance.
Put it in net!
The exasperation from the home side. Looking for the leveler right now. Only seconds left to do so. Another corner. High arcing towards the far post. Out of play, and they'll redo it on the opposite side. Constant pressure here to finish from Cincinnati, who are not going down without a fight. Mangione runs over. 8 minutes into the 8 minutes of stoppage time. Remember, we did have a stoppage in play with the yellow, and then the goal. A great ball from the corner that time. Now a throw from Mangione. Delivered in here, jump ball for Finnerty, and he's got it. He'll take his time. Valiant effort from Inter Miami today. They've had their moments interspersed throughout the match. Cincinnati have controlled a good bit of this over the totality of it, particularly in the second half. Inter Miami found their moment to strike late in this game and have taken full advantage of it. Now trying to close out the proceedings here. Cincinnati making that difficult. Barden trying to find his teammate here, Basabe. Does keep it in play and send it into the other half. Foster a quick touch. Dispossessed by Martinez. Martinez sprinting ahead. He's got Destin on the near side. Heavy touch from Destin. Foot race to it. He's tripped by Walters, who wants a penalty. Martinez incensed as well. Destin felt like he got tripped by Walters. Another look here. Walters was late to come off the line. The ball initially, but certainly a bit of contact there with Destin, who went down. At the very least, this is time ticking off the clock for Cincinnati. Federico Higuain telling his team, play this by the flag. There's the whistle, and that's the match. Inter Miami have come on the road and snapped FC Cincinnati's 5-match win streak. For the first time in nearly 2 months, Inter Miami have found themselves in the win column. Gutsy effort here today, and they take 3 points on the road thanks to the goal from Nicolas Sesok in the dying moments of this match. Our man of the match presented by Adidas. Watch the touch here, immediately to his left, and sneaks it in that left post. And the celebration was on. A 93rd minute goal from Sesok in Inter Miami. Victorious here today at FC Cincinnati, who has their 5-match win streak snapped. Their 8 consecutive matches with a goal scored. That comes to an end. A lot to be proud of. Federico Higuain's squad here today. So the MLS side comes out with a win at Vancouver. The Next Pro side, a win on the road in Cincinnati. 1-0 here today at NKU Soccer Stadium. We thank you for joining us tonight as part of MLS Season Pass. Don't forget you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long on Apple TV and MLSNextPro.com. For our entire production crew, I'm AJ Ricketts from Highland Heights, Kentucky. We say goodnight.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.